Try opening him up now.
There we go.
Okay.
Wait. Skills. I think you're right one. Actually,
Also, the old one will literally have old in its name.
Okay, I'm old Star Group right now.
User. Yeah. Try double clicking the token that's on the board.
Okay, there we go. Now I'm starting it. There we go.
Yeah. All right. So yes, you have your marks of completion. We're gonna say you get flung back to the guild. It's the following day. Where's my good old? Where's the map I was using for the guild? Here we are. With all of you in here, except for current Star Hub. Get rid of that one and yeah, you come back. What the fuck? Yeah, you come back, and actually, I'm just gonna splink your tokens out of there, put you back at the entrance again, because that's just the kind of anal I am.
GM makes map, must interact with map.
Yeah.
I like it. Do you have a mod that goes around walls? No, what's this crazy? Oh no, I'm stupid, sorry.
Those are windows.
It adds like the path, right? This is new.
You're new.
Hey Toby, what is this? This is really cool.
What the?
What's what?
The street?
That's the line. No, you see the. Oh, you probably can't see, but as I'm moving, it
let me
leaves
select
behind a trail.
Are you holding down control while you do that?
No, nothing. Which is why I think it's a mod.
I have the Wayfinder mod.
Perfect.
Or module.
Yeah, write that down. Thank you.
See, I when I move, I hold down control, and that no longer works.
Crumbs is already inside and enjoying some food.
Artist enters silently, sits down on his bench / the stage.
Stage.
This mod is excellent. It walks around walls. That's so cool. Didn't know you could do that.
Is it really?
There is a button on the side. It should be below the measured distance. That's just called pathfinding. As long as you have that enabled, it will drag. It will like auto calculate and pathfind for you. That's right. I added pathfinding in our Pathfinder.
Son of a bitch gave us pathfinding?
But yeah, you guys come in, you get settled down. Your day comes around. It's like
actually doesn't work for me.
Also check your settings, like configure settings, Pathfinder 2nd Edition, and drag measure. Make sure it's set to anything but never. So like set it to always. and then it should interact with the pathfinding.
Okay, let me see if I can find that.
You need to put Watson at the companion table.
Watson is
Watson's
the
the party
leader.
leader.
Excuse you.
It's
It's
Well-
Watson's Wayfinders.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you can enjoy.
I just figured that the companion table was probably like the council. You know, the people who are in charge of our group. We're kind of the minions there.
Sit at it then.
They get the big table. I like it.
Yeah,
Um,
they get the big table.
Yeah. Hearsay comes out, looks at all y'all. Like, I hear you had quite the blast in my wood.
Sure did.
Really worked that place. To that end, he holds out a hand. Do you have your completion seals?
Yep, I pull out the tokens and I put them in the hand and his hand. And I say, one of these was in a guy's underwear.
Don't worry about it. He like snaps his fingers and with the other hand, the seals disappear and chest just drops out of nowhere.
Ooh.
This is yours.
Nice.
You had some gracious people.
Indeed.
I'm gonna let you sort through all of that before I bring a certain mission to your attention. But sort through all your loot first, and then I'll be back around.
Holy shit,
Okay,
there's a lot of stuff in there. Fuck me.
I think of this
Sorry.
question. Altus, probably.
This is a tail. There's a
You are
tail.
the one that technically should. be
I
the
will
most useful
say
to that. Yeah.
there is stuff on for each of you in here that I considered, but I'm not gonna outright say, "Hey, this is for you."
Mm,
Our star group immediately looks at the
Sure.
navigator star, just grabs it, just like, ooh,
The star thing is a tattoo.
this is nice.
Which is, the runes are not for me, so take the runes, people.
There
That's
is a
for
lot.
sure not for me.
aw.
1,200 gold in this chest. Where?
Worth
Jesus.
of wealth. The treasure items under treasure are the replacement for the coinage.
Mm.
Yes. Okay.
One of those. Okay.
Who?
People who got hand wraps last time, you do not need the +1, you just the striking.
Yeah, I'm gonna steal striking. I think my damage die is one of the highest.
True. I might steal the expanded healer's toolkit if no one else wants it,
Yeah, no, you should have that.
as I'm the heal guy. How weirdly that sounded.
Oh, my bastard sword already has a +1, so I don't need that at all. Throw that back over.
I mean, worst case scenario, if we have leftover, I can just put it on my shield because apparently it's also a weapon.
That's true. Yeah, I actually could kind of benefit from throwing it on my shield, though we might benefit more from just selling them.
Yeah.
My
Grab
hand
that.
wraps already have striking? Okay.
Turn into the cult.
So I don't need any of those rooms.
Who wants the hand?
reps, so no.
Hand of the mage.
Okay.
Stand by
The
you.
Ever, the Everlight crystal should go either to me, Reggie, or Jewel because we don't have any dark vision.
Yeah.
The witch items?
Oh, it's a magic light.
Yeah.
It's the Everlight crystal is.
But
I've got
since
low
I
light now.
already have a light spell, then either Jewel or Reggie.
I have the light cantrip.
Congrats,
Reggie.
Reggie. You finally have a light.
It is yours.
Okay. I don't know which item we're... Everlight crystal, you mean? Ah, okay, got it.
Yeah. Do you want the thieves tools too? Are you the highest thievery?
I'm not, definitely. I'm untrained.
Thank-
Oh.
I think I'm the highest.
Stevie is
Starbug?
Starbuck and me, apparently.
Oh, really? You too?
It's tied between Ashton and Stargrove.
Okay.
You take it, you take it. I doubt Aston would consider opening any locks.
Alright.
No, I don't actually have the free hands to carry this Everlight crystal.
You can give it
You
to
not?
Watson. Watson can fly
doesn't have
around
hands.
a piece of string, the crystal, so it hangs on him and just flies. A flying light.
You don't have a free hand?
I've got a big ass gun.
Oh, isn't it 1+?
Well, it's terrible with one hand. It's like specifically
no.
designed to be really bad.
Absolutely. But I mean that you can, Oh, I see.
It's special. It's special.
Yeah.
I want the ring of discretion. Just fits me. 'Cause I'm
It
gonna.
does hide armor and stuff, so
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, that works.
I think I'll grab the ammunition if that's okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
No. We could all use that ammunition.
Joel, you could take the 100 victories because it gives you +1 to intimidation.
Ooh. Yeah.
And it's
Sure,
tattoo.
It also would give you additional if you are an orc, but you're not an orc, so the additional stuff doesn't count.
I have no clue what's good for me, so
Don't
you
worry.
guys will have to point that shit out because I'm like,
We got you, King.
um,
I'm gonna take that Dreamtime tea.
Of course
Yo.
you are.
Like,
The last party I tried giving drugs to as loot were just like, why would you do this?
why would you do this?
Oh, have no fear.
Oh, wait.
Starbuck.
The
I'm,
quick change outfit technically fits Reggie because he's the most investigator type of person, so he changing clothes quickly to throw out disguise, so to say, it kind of fits him. Because honestly, Aston doesn't wear anything, so that doesn't fit him at all.
Why is stuff? Oh, you were dragging it on.
I went back to the old Stargrove.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I was like, wait a second. I don't want to put this stuff on him, and then the guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. Reggie, you want the quick change?
Can I choose what the two outfits are at some point?
I think so.
Like maybe
Yeah.
by next session during downtime, maybe I could. I've got crafting. I could like be the one who crafts it into something.
I might actually take the aerial cloak.
Sure.
Because we've encountered one time thus far where I've tried to jump down from a high spot. And the athletics checks to leap might help too. Unless anyone else wants it.
Who from all of us has the highest armor, like
Me.
heavy armor stuff? Cloak of the feline, because honestly, wearing heavy armor is a pain in the ass.
I will also be wearing heavy armor after we sell off our gems.
Cloak of feline rest at least lessens the negatives sleeping with armor.
Yeah.
It used to do
True.
that.
But who said me?
Me, artist, the tank.
Okay, yeah, you're probably better off with it because I'm more of a. I'm not the tank.
It's probably true. It's probably true.
Let's put it that way. I'm not the tank, but I am up there, standing up there with you.
Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah.
Toby.
Claustrophobic. It's really
Well,
yeah.
here's the issue though, is that you were very not the tank.
Huh?
Without heavy armor, you are very squishy.
Yep. Like
I'm
I said,
still
once we
beefy.
sell the gems, I'll be buying full plate armor.
Yeah, right, but I'm saying maybe you should take it because if you end up outside, all this does is it essentially prevents you from being caught with your pants down. Now, you with your pants down is much more punishing than me is a little bit.
Essentially, since you're not the tank, you should take it because
Oh, okay.
You're gonna fucking die. Is the unfortunate situation, especially because forgetting about just attacks, your reflex saves are so dog shit that if you get hit by without bulwark, if you get hit by both by like an area effect or something, you're screwed.
No.
Because both you and both you and Aisha roll, and you take the worst result if you guys are both in the area.
Yeah.
So chances of crit failing between the two of you pretty high if you don't have bulwark.
I'm looking at both Whiptail and Hand of the Maids. Because I'm looking at 2 items for myself.
Yeah.
Whiptail and Hand of the Maid. Sure, Whiptail I might not use as often, but it's +1 to acrobatics, which is shit in my case.
You have a good acrobatics?
No.
Oh.
I'm only a tiny bit better. Okay, first it's Joel with 1. Okay, Isa with 2, Reggie with 3. I have 5. But still, I'm literally the middle class of this party when it comes to acrobatics.
All right.
Toby, what do I need to roll for us to sell the stuff at full value?
We'll get to that in a little bit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Unless we give the whiptail to Asa or Joel to give them +1 to acrobatics, plus 1d6 damage from their tails, which will be added from this. But then they will get an extra tail. Their spider. Which will be weird.
The spider doesn't need a tail.
I was gonna say
it's not something I'm gonna
give
be
it to
using.
Aisha. What's your attack do? What's your primary attack, Jewel?
For Jewel or Aisha?
Jewel, I know Aisha's.
I have a bastard sword.
You two-hand it?
Yep.
Okay. So you're right. You probably don't need the whip tail.
Hey, Toby. When you get a second, can you swap me over to the Star Knight? I'm on the
close your current whatever sheet you currently have open.
Yep, it's closed.
Hit C on your keyboard.
Okay. Why is it popping me up as old?
Because you're old.
Like in the bottom left.
Oh, see the buttons on the very left? Hover over them. One of them should be like set selected token as persistent actor, at least if it's the same as my GM view.
Yep, there we go. There we go. Yep, that worked. Thank you.
Yep. Also, minor change, and I'm not sure any of you would have noticed it by now, but when you hover over where the hero points would be, they've been renamed and given a different icon. Simply because I'm a slut for setting specific stuff.
I totally missed what you said. I'm so sorry. Fully honest.
If you hover over where the hero points should be, they've been renamed and given a different icon. Because I'm
Sparks of the Storm.
Cool. That's so cool.
Hurricane icons.
That's really cool. Man, that's very insensitive of you. Now, at this time? Jesus.
No. Go back and read the goddamn primer. Your world essentially hovers around a pillar-shaped hurricane.
Sure.
I still think you did it just to taunt you, Mike.
That's okay. Down here in Miami, I'm impervious to hurricanes. There won't be any hurricanes that hit Miami head-on. That would be ridiculous. In fact, I'm willing to bet. Sorry. That's me trying to provoke God
shit.
into sending me a hurricane.
I'd do that.
Sorry for disappearing. I literally was called down because food arrived.
Ah, no worries.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Is this a rank 2 wand for a level 4 spell? This fly wand? What does the CO mean?
More or less, it's the spell modified for this setting, which is the Curulin Orbis. So it's the setting-specific version of Fly, which is actually a lower rank than usual because of the specifics of the setting.
Okay, so it's a level 2 spell now.
I see.
Yeah.
So, who are we going to give the spacious pouch to?
The person with the least amount of strength so they can carry their stuff.
That's definitely
Honestly.
not me.
The least amount of strength.
Let me see. Stargrub has a
Probably-
0 in strength. Reggie also has a 0.
It's between Reggie and Stargrab because everyone else technically has more than them. Well, there's also Watson, but I doubt Watson can carry the pouch.
I was going to
Watson
say
is
we
stronger than
should
Reginald.
probably put it on Reggie because he is Watson's minion. Direct minion.
Sure. I think Watson couldn't make use of it. Or Reggie can make use of it.
Good.
No,
I was
you
like,
were right the
ooh.
first time. Watson can make use of it.
I was like, ooh, the infiltrator elixir might be worth spacious pouch. Oh, did I
He
just see a
just seen it.
spacious pouch that
Yes.
disappeared? Oh man,
Were you not here when we were talking about it?
it wasn't. It wasn't.
Here, but
I'm technically supposed to be working, so every once in a while I have to switch over and press
Yeah.
a couple buttons and pretend to be working.
I see.
But the infiltrator elixir is what I was reading at that time, where I was like, oh man, that'd be great for me. And then I got to the point where it said a humanoid creature of your size. Like, oh, great. Perfect. Cool.
I
Never
mean,
mind.
you have humanoid. Oh wait, of your size, all right.
Of
I
my
was going to say the of your size part is
Yeah. Yeah.
My sleight of
Pass for an
hand,
ogre or something would be fun.
Yeah, that's right. That's true. I could pass
Or a
as a
giant.
very, very, very large halfling.
Well,
Boy, what did they feed you?
well, your father was a halfling and a bard. Your mother.
Melvin Underbelly.
What?
I said Melvin Underbelly to anyone who played Overlord. I'll send it to you if not.
There was no giant left unturned after your halfling father went to the female tribe.
The stealth? The sleight of hand go under stealth? Pretty sure it does.
I've sent him into shit posts for anyone curious. That's a halfling.
Oh God, what did they feed him?
Everything.
Don't
Probably his whole
Don't
family.
leave anything near its mouth, God.
He was a legendary hero for the halflings, and they were like, "Thank you for being so good. Here, I made you this food," because the halflings they like to eat, you know, and they just
Uh-huh.
kept doing that over and over and over again, and he became that. He became that. It's a great game for anyone who hasn't played it.
Since I'm the main healer, I doubt I will be through the scroll of heal. Because I have my own ways of healing, so probably the secondary healer to get both of them or at least one of them. So,
Has to
Awesome.
be someone with either divine or
fuck?
primal.
I'm divine.
and I'm primal.
What was this for?
Scroll of heal.
Heal. Sorry. There's
Now,
two
these
of them.
scrolls,
Each want
you
one?
have to have the spell, right?
No.
No.
Oh.
If it's from a scroll, no.
Take one.
You just burn
We'll
the
split
scroll.
If you're
We'll split
divine or
'em,
primal,
that way-
right?
Yeah, we only have two of us. So, you take one, I'll take the other.
Damn,
Two-
bro.
You only have two of you for what?
There's two. There's
Heal scrolls.
right. We have one divine and one primal.
Oh.
People.
Yeah, I'm
Fear.
arcane, so
It
I
was-
can't use it.
You can
What
take
is-
fear if you want. Fear is everything. All of this, the what they call traditions.
What about them? I'm sorry.
Oh, anyone
I-
can get the fear.
The
Oh yeah. Okay.
Joe and Reggie probably
couldn't
should
quite
get
hear
the fear. Because I doubt Stargrap needs them because Stargrap is fearful enough for everyone else.
Don't need it.
I didn't realize fear is actually all stuff. Neat.
I kind of
Ashton, why
need
don't
it.
you take one?
Me?
Yeah,
That's
because
what
it gives you a good debuff option. So it gives you something good to do.
The want to fly. Who wants to fly? Because that's not me. Aston is afraid of heights.
Really?
I mean, he's afraid of certain height. If it's above
Above tree
rooftops
height.
level, above the height of treetops or rooftops, yeah, he's fearful. He doesn't want that.
I have no problem with making bulls fly, but
Just an artist just pulls out a fucking tiny ass wand. It's just like, what are you gonna do with that?
Okay, now when you click the fly on the wand, it should display the proper edited spell.
actually, it says I don't have permission to view it.
Okay.
Shit, 1 second. Everyone should be at least observer on this. Now try.
Beautiful spell rank 2. Okay. I don't know. I guess I could.
Yeah, go ahead. Knock yourself out.
A flying. I was gonna say, maybe a flying spider would be pretty intimidating, but I think a flying minotaur would be even scarier.
That feels scary.
Well, you can cast it on. It's it's range touch, so I can cast it on someone else if we want to. But I at least have an empty hand, so
I mean,
No.
there's a funny thing.
Just, like, tape it to one of your
I'll
horns.
take the-
I mean, the funny thing is, Artus is very big. Artus, when he gets to fly, he can carry at least one of us.
Ashton, are you still taking that whiptail?
I love that I've turned into Sky or
You
Sky.
can take it. You can take it.
It's useless to me. I'll never use it.
Yeah, why don't you take it, Ashton? Do you have a good melee attack at all?
Technically, my elemental blasts are also
Oh, that's true.
melee.
Yeah, you should use those instead.
But I do need to have my kinetic aura activated for them to work. So
True.
Hey, I was reading
in
about that, by
some
the way.
areas that
Like,
shouldn't
there is
be
no duration on
available.
that, Ashton. So, like, you could just have it
Yeah,
on all
no.
the time.
Yeah, I can technically have it all the time, but certain actions cause overflow and it drops, or
Sure.
when
Yeah.
I'm unconscious.
But I mean,
so
like, you can
whenever I
always
sleep,
start a fight with it turned on, I believe.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
true, I think.
But the worst part is that it technically shows that I have it active. In my case, it's literally always somewhat moist and flowers sprout whenever they can.
You don't want to walk around
Yes.
with a trail of flowers? That's amazing.
Yeah.
That's cute.
Here's what I will say: you will get no mechanical debuffs to always having it. Like, if you were a fire kineticist and always had your fire aura, you wouldn't be catching shit on fire. That wouldn't be fair, and thus I wouldn't do it. So you can have it on. It's just if you're facing an intelligent enemy like another humanoid, they might get a free recall knowledge. Like, hey, what's going on there? Do I know what's going on?
Toby,
yeah.
did you... Sorry, go ahead, guys.
Did I what?
Did you, adjust my... Did you put the striking rune in my hand wraps?
Yes.
Oh, cool. Did you just
Yeah, no,
delete it? Is that where it just went?
No. More or less, when I gave everyone
I
their
found
weapon upgrades, they all got the equivalent of +1 striking.
Oh,
And
last session we got +1 strikings? I
Yep.
thought it was just +1s.
No, +1 strikings.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
The extra runes there are for if you grab extra weapons for like offhand weapons.
Alright.
duck it. I'll take the whiptail.
Alright,
Just
perfect.
a random vine
That is so
coming
right.
out from Aston's rear.
That's okay.
I'm taking one of the potencies and
For the shield.
I'll put those on my shield. Unless
else
anyone has
wanna-
any use for them. I mean, we could
Yeah.
sell them, but
Anyone else want a potency or striking?
Nope.
No, all my stuff already has striking and potency, and I don't
How do you,
use.
how do you
I pretty
how do you
much
see
never
that?
use my shield, so click
Now-
on.
Again, those are for if you want to have an offhand weapon that doesn't feel terrible to use in comparison to like your main weapon.
To see your runes in your inventory, the middle icon between the trash can and the hand says edit item. Click on that and then click on the details tab.
Oh, okay. Yep, I have nothing.
Toby,
What's up?
Winter's
is it
Mod.
gonna destroy your economy if we sell some of this stuff? Like, if we don't
No.
really need the extra strikings? And okay, just checking.
Here's the thing. I'm not. The things that would destroy it is if I started giving you items that were like X levels over.
Yeah.
If I keep you to a certain power range, it doesn't really matter. That's why I
Alright, cool.
sort of went ham on the consumables and whatnot, because
Alright, sounds great.
they're within
Yeah.
a certain level range.
I gotcha. That makes sense. Man, I love Pathfinder. Alright, so then why don't we just sell the extra potency and
Equipment,
striking that
yeah.
we don't need?
Everyone take a healing potion each, because even though I do have healing stuff, I can't always be in range to heal you.
He doesn't
I
wanna
already
heal
took
us.
2 of them.
He doesn't want to heal us, even though he has healing stuff. Yeah.
No.
I will tell you, as a GM, the more healing potions I give you, the more opportunity that I have created to
Mercilessly. Yeah.
beat you without mercy.
Yeah.
And so, keep that in mind.
I see.
Also, if you go out of your way to buy more healing potions, that is giving me opportunity as well.
What you're saying is we should throw these potions away.
Correct.
Get rid of them. Burn them.
Burn them.
They're an omen.
Alright. Does the
You just
Quicksilver
need to
mutant...
find the invisible line, essentially.
The Quicksilver mutagen and the Bloodhound mask, are those useful for anyone? They don't pique my interest really.
Toby, what's the highest level of stuff we can buy in this city?
So on this starting area with the guild hall that you are at,
Yeah.
4.
Perfect. That's exactly what I wanted to hear.
Specific locations will have different ones, but guild halls, I sort of like, hey, what's the max level I expect you to stay here?
Yeah.
And then I set that as the thing. So
Perfect.
I expect you to be done with this by the time you get past 4th level.
Awesome. So let's. I want to buy some level 4 shit.
Well, we can do that after we finish with this shit.
Yeah,
But,
we need
absolutely.
to sell off our shit.
but
first.
I
I mean.
don't think any of this shit is what I want. So
Alright, so
just
Hold on.
people pick the healing potions and we can sell the rest.
Hold on.
Well, I'll
Do
grab
you
the
guys-
infiltrator elixir if no one really wants it then, because that can kind of go with
Absolutely.
the disguise. Oops, I put it in
Yeah.
the wrong place.
Absolutely. 1, 2.
Do we have an? Toby, can you create a little something that we can just throw the items that we want to sell? So we
oh yeah,
keep
I have
one
something
list.
for that. I'm just waiting for the quest rewards to be emptied out, whether it
Yeah.
be into the party stash or whatnot. But yeah, no, I only like throwing down one of those loot things at a time.
I'll throw everything else into the party stash then in the meantime, and then we can decide from the stash what we're going to sell.
Why do we have 3 chickens in the party stash?
Well, for chickens.
that Joel
Yeah,
brought
see-
those along. There's a purpose for them.
That
Oh,
was
no, it's
that's
Emergency rations, got it.
breakfast.
Are
No,
there
they're
live chickens in our party stash?
they're not emergency rations.
Whose chicken's gone to the stash?
Like
They're the
say,
trap finders.
say that
They're
we
for
are in a
alcohol.
dungeon and we're worried about there being, traps that are triggered by, walking. That's what the chickens are for.
I'm sorry. Are you telling me that she's been walking around carrying a cage full of 3 chickens this whole fucking time?
Yes.
I
Yes.
will state anything in the party stash isn't on anybody's person. And
Well, then
so
no,
if it's
she
in the
hasn't been
party
carrying it.
stash, you don't have access to it. Especially once combat hits.
So there have been 3 chickens sitting on the airship this whole
Dude,
time.
she's just
Yes.
like, no. She's like, I have a very good reason for this.
I hate that.
Party stash will default to wherever you've set up base in a specific location. Therefore, if you're staying at an inn, your party stash is at the inn.
Okay.
Yeah, so if we feel we need to, find some traps, we'll take the chickens with us.
I'm not carrying your trap chickens from around. That's on you, buddy.
I'll carry them
Also-
around. I don't care. It's not that.
There you go.
I will tell you, if you carry around the chickens, you are getting a penalty to stealth. And probably something else, depending on whatever situation you're in.
Also, I don't know if y'all have ever carried a chicken, but I've carried 2 chickens at a time, and they're more than the negligible bulk for fucking sure.
Not according to Pathfinder. There's no bulk.
Chicken's like
I'll just,
10 pounds, probably.
I
A
used
chicken
to
is nowhere near 10 pounds.
Please remember,
I
there's
used
not
to
just
raise
one
them.
breed of chicken.
6 pounds. My chickens must have been enormous, which actually, now that I think about it, is probably true.
Yes, remember, not all chickens are made the same.
It's true. Not all chickens are. Some were equal than others.
The average weight of a chicken is around 5.7 pounds. Standard. Reggie just pulling out notes. Anyways, there's your sell stuff chest.
Actually, nowadays it's 6.5 because we keep breeding chickens bigger.
and towards
Fucking-
quality meat of them.
Also, for anyone curious, I've just celebrated my 289th month birthday. My mom just texted me about it.
Oh, happy birthday, brother.
Thanks, man. Yeah. 289 months. Yeah, not a year. Thank you.
Oh man.
So
Not a year.
I think we
Oh,
should
your
sell
birthday
off
was
these
last
dagger
month?
pistols.
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
Happy belated birthday.
Thank you, friend. My best birthday present was hanging out with my boys for a Pathfinder session. What were you saying? The dagger pistols? Yeah.
Oh, you're so.
I will have you sell the treasure items separately because those are a different calculation.
Okay.
And I'm just trying to simplify the math for myself.
What happened to the chickens? Oh, they're there. Okay.
Okay, so
I briefly I on my screen was only the minions, and I was like, why the fuck is Aisha huge? And then I realized she was just next to Watson and Crumbs. Like, fucking giant up there.
I was gonna ask why did ours get bigger?
Yeah.
The fuck
Ours
happened?
did get bigger.
Fuck
It gets
happened?
bigger
You puberty or something?
every time. Bigger and bigger.
Now he's like taking up 4 squares.
That's right. There you go.
so what do I roll to increase the value of our selling?
You can click one of the 2 buttons that I just sent to chat.
Okay.
Be very charismatic. What happened to the cash that went into the...
I'm going to re-roll that using a Spark of the Storm.
Yep.
There we go. That's better.
Okay, so...
There.
With that, you will get full price. So... We're gonna...
Oh, wait. Are we gonna sell the dagger pistol rounds?
Yes. If we
Yeah,
have
we
no
have no
dagger
use
pistols,
for 'em,
we
right?
don't want the bullets.
Alright, throw them in there.
Yep, I threw them in. The treasures are staying. How much of this alcohol do we really want to keep? Should we sell?
If you
It's
sell
only
the
worth a
alcohol-
couple copper.
Do not sell the alcohol. It
Okay,
might
well.
come up.
It might come up. Might come up.
Okay, so to that end, I will now
Or just put a firm grasp on your shoulder. Don't sell the alcohol. Do not touch it.
Whoever has the magic hand uses the magic hand to put the firm grasp on my shoulder.
Alright, so...
Stretchy. Right.
Alrighty, and now we throw the treasure in there and... Yeah. And you can go back to the same haggling thing in chat.
Ah. I assumed you wouldn't let us haggle with the treasure. I thought that's what was happening there.
No, the treasure is, instead of coins, is specifically so you have the chance to haggle. So, to that end, that's a success. You get 1.5 times the price. So, another 30 gold.
Oh, I see.
And now I'm going to hit the button to split it between you guys.
Yay.
Allow coin type conversion. So 9 platinum, 3 gold, 3 silver, and 6 copper for each of you. Congratulations.
Yay.
Fucking rich boys.
I feel wealthy. Not enough to buy anything I want, but still. Actually, that's not true.
I feel like you get a good stuff.
I got
Good
one
amount of stuff.
particular thing I want.
Yeah, I was going to say, I can afford my armor now.
Hey, Jewel.
What?
Can you help me buy some stuff?
Maybe.
People don't take too kindly to me all the time.
Maybe. Nonsense. Just haven't got to know you.
So, which plate armor do you think I would want? Bulwark, Fortress, or just regular full plate?
Fortress
No.
might be too
Vulture.
heavy to you.
Never mind. That's
You'll
That's
want to look
dwarven
at the
shit.
details of each one because they will also decrease your speed at full plate.
Yeah.
yeah.
You want
Minus.
regular full plate.
All right.
Unless you want to spend the extra cash if there's Grey Maiden, which is just a little bit lighter, but you want full plate.
Grey Maiden is OP. Best armor in the game.
Is there Grey Maiden armor? I don't know.
It's
does it
specific
have a
access
rarity
on,
on
like,
it?
one campaign. I think it's
It's uncommon, I think.
If
Oh
you
no,
have
it's
strength,
not.
you do not need it. It's good for when someone doesn't have strength and wants plate armor.
It's
okay.
only one bulk. Oh no, you're right. I thought it was lighter. It is. Hold on. What the hell did I? Yeah, it's one bulk lighter. So if you're worried about your carrying capacity, you can do that too. But it really doesn't matter.
Okay. So full plate it is.
All right. Be sure to click the coin button in the thing, and that will handle the purchase for you.
And then
Oh, also, everybody, I forgot to say so before, but please make sure to check out your third level campaign feat. Familiarize yourself with it. It is now one of your options.
reinforce
Might be.
Eidolon.
In my case, I just have more damage types, which I actually like.
Yeah. Yes, so remember, when you use your, because of your Summoner Knight or Kindred Warrior dedication, your Eidolon boosts, Eidolon reinforcement, all that, Evolution Surge, applies to both Aisha and yourself. So when you apply it to Aisha, you apply it to yourself. Reinforced Eidolon gives you both a +1 to AC and saving throws.
Have you looked up how that synergy thing works?
I have to pull it up all the time, but I've been. It's fun.
Okay.
But,
Yeah, because I didn't know about it until I looked it up last.
Mhm.
Combat.
More or less,
So-
whenever one of them manages to get a hit, they collectively get synergy. And depending on other things,
Whoops. Sorry, I clicked that button by accident.
it's all good. But yeah, fun stuff.
That was fun.
Star Grub, I do believe, what was it? Oh shit, I forgot to give something to Star Grub.
I was wondering. I didn't want to say anything because I didn't want to feel stupid.
No. This is a classic Toby blunder.
I was like, wait.
Feel free to be like, hey Toby, where's my shit? Because I'm also the guy that will look over character sheets and be like, hey, where the fuck is this?
Hey, Toby, where's my kiss?
Mwah.
Yeah.
Can't afford those yet.
Yeah, dang.
Does the material type on an armor or weapon matter at all?
Yes, but marginally.
Yeah, it will add stuff, but will also cost you money.
A lot
Okay.
more.
Like money.
Yeah.
Money.
At this point, there's nothing reasonable that we can afford in a precious metal.
Okay.
Precious metal.
And the runes for armor are too expensive yet?
That being said, you have some Oh, you're handy.
Toby,
Hey, look-
did you add this reading ring? I don't remember getting this. It's just in my bag. As far as I can tell, it just reads on its own. It's just like it's a ring that likes to read.
What? Excuse me? Oh my god.
It's literally a reading ring. But I definitely didn't like buy that or anything. I think. Did you add it at some point?
Oh wait, sorry. I think I might have been once again, good on the call-outs. I might have been testing something on your sheet.
How do I
How do you what?
how do I raise the Eidolon's AC? What do I need to do to get it better AC?
Your Eidolon will benefit from any runes you have. So when you can get armor runes,
Okay.
it will benefit from that.
Gotcha.
Otherwise, your Eidolon is very much more a class feature than an individual.
Yeah.
So it benefits from stuff that benefits you.
Okay.
A reading ring.
Yeah, I'm looking at it. It might have been loot from early on that we forgot about.
I think it's for if you're blind. I think it's for blind characters.
Yeah, I think it's some.
Or
kind of-
reading
yeah.
in the dark.
Oh,
Yes.
so say you find a book and like, hey, you don't have dark vision. You don't have light. That's fine though.
Perfect. You can read in the dark.
I love it.
This would have been great for like 9-year-old me, but like hiding. Mom doesn't know I'm reading when I'm not supposed to be. That's the only.
But yeah, for the time being, can have a fill-in feat, but I knew what I was gonna give you. I just was it got caught up in my list of, hey, I need to do this. Hey, I need to do this. Hey, I need to do this.
Sorry, brother. Don't
That's a
worry.
classic.
But you now at least can see what you're getting and remember the question I asked you in one of our channels or DMs.
Let me go back to that question. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun.
This ring is permanently bound to me. It's apparently. I can't take off this ring.
You'll forever see now in the dark, brother. Congratulations.
Be right back.
Forever read in the dark. Ah.
You will read in the dark.
And you will like it. Honey buns.
Oh,
Hey there,
Just
honey
rings.
bunches and oaks.
I wasn't going that far, but okay.
We can go further.
So just so everyone knows, I'm taking the Everlight Crystal, I'm activating it, and I'm
You
going to put
bitch.
it under my hat. Okay?
What is that?
Under your
Perfect.
hat.
Oh,
I love it.
This-
Doesn't that cover up the light, though?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. The point is that he can go, let me shine a light on this situation, or he can go, I have an idea, and lift it, and now he's.
Oh, God.
Perhaps I have something that could illuminate this scenario.
You should be playing my character. Wow, this is amazing. I'm making notes.
Watson's my favorite. Watson's my favorite. Reggie's a close second. Kiwi's a very close third.
Just the puns. Okay.
When genuinely, Kiwi should know that when Watson showed up and flew in the window, I went, no notes, perfect. This character's perfect. So, well done.
Open up.
I was trying to lay down a couple hints about Watson earlier, and I kind of forgot in the very first session. So I
No,
missed that
no,
opportunity.
you did. You had been like, "Oh, I wish Watson was here to see this and stuff." And we were like, "Oh man, I guess like he's got like a tragic anime backstory where like his old partner died or something." And then a bird fucking flies into the window.
Oh, good.
Back-
It worked
Watson,
out
my
then.
dear boy. It worked out great. It worked out excellent.
Elementary. My dear Watson.
Elementary, my dear Watson.
Exactly.
But more eloquently said.
Something like that.
Are you sure
Oh.
about that?
Got a heads up. Next weekend, for some reason they gave it to me off. So you guys want to have a longer session on next Sunday?
I'm game.
I'll be free for that. I don't know how everybody else's schedule is looking though.
Why not? I mean, maximally 2 hours longer than usually, okay? Because if we went into 3 hours longer, I would need to essentially end right then and there, hop into a different Discord, and start a session for my people.
Ah, I see.
There's no break, so
That works for me. We can make you play in this one and DM for the other one at the same time.
That's terrible.
no, please no. I did that once. No.
No.
You did that before? That's crazy.
Dang.
Well, technically I did that with 3 sessions.
Jesus.
But in 1 I was a player, in another I was a DM, and in the first one I was only a voiced NPC that wasn't voiced by the GM. I was essentially my own NPC in his campaign. I was the big bad evil guy of this arc.
Ah, I see.
I see.
When are we gonna hear that laugh, man? You bigged it up so
You
much.
can't today. Don't make him.
I literally
Yeah.
start coughing like a madman. But don't worry.
Make him today.
Next session, I will make sure that I won't go into coughing fits when doing it.
Perfect.
But it is a specific kind of crazy laugh. Like, you can tell that this person is a madman, but he's very, very happy about what he is about to do. Which, in case of the character that I am doing that laugh for, it is taking out a Pathfinder 2 equivalent of a minigun and sitting down a player's party, essentially. Of course, he is up the stairs and they are down the stairs.
The minigun.
I mean, it isn't really a minigun, it's only a barricade buster which has 8
Oh,
bullets.
that's a
in it.
minigun. Yeah, that orc thing, that's a
But-
minigun.
But
100%.
because of the way that the GM of that session made the character that I will be playing, the BBG, I hold it in one hand. Because it for this BBG will function as if I held it in 2, so I have 2 of them. And it doesn't take 3 actions for me to reload that shit, it takes only 2. Technically 1 if I critical succeed on a check.
All right. Are we done shopping and whatnot?
I
I
need
assume so.
Wait, we were shopping?
I need Jewel to buy me something. I think we're about to shop for anyone who hasn't shopped yet.
I was about to say, I was like,
Oh.
we were shopping this whole time? I didn't know.
Oh, could I have made my armor cheaper by rolling something or whatnot?
Probably not by much.
Okay, then I'm not worried about it. All right,
What
what do you need me for?
Maybe not then. What about a reinforcing rune for my shield?
What level is that?
Level 4, 75 gold.
Well, you can scroll up in chat and find the haggle buttons again.
Hey, Jewel. Bats his eye.
All right, I'll give it a shot. We'll see what happens.
Huggle.
You
No.
son of a bitch.
Yeah, no, normal price.
I
My
tried.
critical failures, the price increases.
You
Keep
son
that in
of a
mind.
bitch.
I'm not quite sure what we bring you around for.
The dice hate me right now, so
Mm-hmm. Blame the dice.
look, I failed everything so far except for when I used the hero check. Or no, I barely made it one time.
75. Perfect. Alright. My shield is even sexier now. I know you guys are glad to hear that. Ooh. Sexy as hell.
You're
So
sexy and you know it.
I know that my shield is sexy.
So happy to
It's
hear that.
sexy, and I am fucking certain of that. Alright, now all I need is, like, to raise it more often.
Don't raise it enough.
So
Yeah, that's right.
all you need to do is actually use it.
Yep, exactly.
Raise it like it's hot.
See? Oh, wait.
Actually, I think I got, yeah,
Alright.
alright. I have reactive shield at least, but...
I think I forgot how to
Alright.
open the store. How do you open the store again?
Oh, you will open the compendium browser, which
If you
can
click-
just go on.
I was just gonna say, if you click the little the little magnifying glass icon under the category of thing you're trying to buy, so like if you're under weapons and shields, you can click
Oh, okay.
the little inventory browser. I suggest unchecking the inventory types on the side so that you have access to anything if you're trying to search, because like runes are
I see.
they count as, I actually don't even know. So if you're looking for particular stuff, it's, you know.
I make a request or like pose an idea, maybe.
No.
This kind of
Go on.
stuff. Oh, okay. Well, I was
Always,
gonna say
go
like
ahead.
shopping and what have you. I mean, it's cool, but like, it does take some time. And I want to shoot something. We didn't get to shoot anybody last week.
I do want to shoot
So-
something.
So let me guess, you are proposing that we do the shopping after the session.
After session, I have no
Kind of,
problem
yeah.
with that.
Okay.
Or during the
All
week
right.
or whatever.
So
Why not?
here, so ultimately you got your right, and so Hearsay comes back out. He seems to be holding two special-ish looking pieces of paper.
And those look specialish.
One has like a like metallic accent to its border. The other has sort of like a reddish accent to its border. So, you guys, in under a week, have done some good work. So, I have two possible jobs for you. You can only take one. And if you manage to complete either of them, I'm gonna bump you up to silver rank instead of your copper that you are currently, without the normal requirement, the normal amount of jobs. How does that sound to all of you?
Free promotion, I'm in.
Yeah. Alright, so I have two super fun jobs here, you know? Bit more skill required than your past ones, you know? Whichever one you don't grab, I'll have another group handle. On one hand, we have a Lord of the lower planes trying to manifest a body here in our world. He's still weak because we caught him early, so, you know, big knowledge, little power. Longer we wait, more powerful he'll get. That's why if you don't take it, we have to send someone else. Fair?
Yep.
Now, of course, he has a gate to his home plane, but again, he isn't powerful enough to drag anyone through. It's just serving as the throughway for his power transfer. In the other case, we have very well-paying older gentleman that really needs you to go and acquire some research he left behind in a lab. Lab is utterly shut down and disappears with daylight.
All right.
We want to do.
So you can only access the lab between sundown and sunup.
I mean, I'm interested in the vanishing lab. I don't know about you guys.
I'd rather take care of the one that feels like an actual pressing threat.
What exactly does the well-paying gentleman require from his laboratory?
So the laboratory is locked down, and in his own words, he's not strong enough to open even the front door when it's under lockdown. Let alone, he can't really see in the dark. There are proprietary reasons that the lab is shut down, that, something about non-disclosure or something. More or less, he couldn't put the exacts in the job. They would be shared when you meet up with him.
Now, would entering this lab be considered a criminal enterprise, such as breaking and entering or trespassing?
If it were, he couldn't have applied for a job with the Adventurers Guild.
Okay.
That being said, he can grant whoever accepts the job permission to enter the lab. He needs adventurers specifically because of, and I quote, dangerous entities within the lab. The lockdown is to keep these entities in, less so to keep others out.
I see.
Did we not vote for this? Like, and one of
Yes,
them
we
won?
did vote for that.
You did vote, I'm just giving the in-character.
Oh, okay,
Mm.
awesome.
Just,
Anyone want to change their minds? Otherwise, it's lab, I think.
Yep.
I do have to ask something to Hirsky, though.
The lab. That's it. Lab. That
On
whole-
the off chance that we somehow do get the notes, but also clear are the entities of the lab, would the reward increase, or?
One more time, sorry, Maggie.
On the off chance that we somehow both get the things that he wants from the lab and clear the entities out of the lab so they are no longer there, would the reward increase?
That's something you'd have to ask your contact person that submitted it. Again, with us at the Adventurers Guild, they submit
Yeah, the lab.
the payment ahead of time. That way we have it on the books and have it available as soon as you get back with the seal. They can, of course, send more if they feel you did a good job. But, at least on our end of things, we already have more or less what you'd get given.
Very well then.
That being said, this gentleman did give enough that it is equivalent to dealing with the Hellgate.
So these are our options. Either we stomp a powerful demon of some sort from forming and causing a serious issue, or we help some rich fuck get his probably unethical, definitely stupid research back. In order for him to have lost it in the first place, it was definitely his own fault. Whatever the hell he's released in his lab. Don't get me wrong, sounds interesting, but I'd much rather. I don't pity him at all. If it was just a paycheck, I'd be in. But
Again,
I don't like leaving demons running rampant.
again,
I'd like to go to
if-
the lab.
regardless of which is chosen, there's another group that isn't quite. We want to promote you first and foremost, and so whatever you don't take, another group is eating.
Then, sort of as I said, sounds like we're more competent than they are. But look, if the gang chooses the lab, the gang chooses the lab.
I mean, Altus, here's the thing. If we do go for the portal, that thing is probably from hell, which means fire, and made of wood. Do you really want to make to watch me burn?
Whatever's in the lab, we know nothing about.
But at least we know that in the lab we don't need to kill those things, we only need to get the papers. So we can essentially sneak out of it. If we manage
Yeah,
that.
that'll go great. Yeah, no, that's fine.
Altus flying through the skylight.
I'm here to get paid. That's all that matters.
At the moment, I
All
think
right.
our more pressing needs as a party, in order to better equip ourselves for situations like said demon, is probably to earn some more money so we can further upgrade our gear. Therefore, I believe the lab and its well-paying gentlemen might be in our best interest.
Well, they both pay the
Ashton?
same, and also we've purchased everything that we could viably purchase from this city already.
You were closest to hearsay, so he's just pulling out the lab paper and just slowly pushing it into your hand, and then taking a step back.
Aston isn't even taking the paper, he's using the magical hand to take it and put it towards Reggie's side.
I'm not fighting anymore. I'm happy to comply. I just think it's the wrong decision.
Well, it seems we all talk enough, because Hearsay just vanished and he left us this paper.
Perfect. Let's go.
Yeah.
We
Um,
didn't ask him where to meet the contact. Where are we to go?
It's on the paper.
Ah, I can read. And my ring just tells me, oh, yes.
I was gonna say, close your eyes.
Close your eyes and touch the paper.
Another interesting use would be, say he's looking through stuff and someone walks in a room and he wants to hide it. He can, like, put a book in, like, a desk or something and just have his hand on the book while staring down the person.
Oh.
Because whatever the ring touches reads more or less into his brain box.
Like, is it constantly reading, or does he have to, like, search for a passage? Because that could get kind of annoying if you were holding a book and it was just goes off, starts reading the book in your head while you're trying to talk to someone.
The ring is unique and can't be used by anyone other than its specific bundle user reading.
Do that thing where when you're trying to, like, read something and have a conversation, you start saying the things in the text.
Man, that's such a big titties machine.
Technically,
Oh, sorry.
it would be an interact action, but, you know, outside of combat, it's more loosey-goosey, you know?
I'm going to read this piece of paper and tell everybody where we need to go.
I remember that there is one ring also in Pathfinder that allows you to read any language. Like, it doesn't allow you to understand any language, it just allows you to read it. So, that with the reading link, I read everything.
Okay, so let me see. Let me open up my big old reference thing for where are we? So the first cluster is Sylvan's Ring, and then y'all are heading over to the 9th cluster of the Traveler's Ring. So that will take you roughly... Bop. How far is that? That should be measured in miles, I think. Excuse me as I interpret my own map again. 3,900. Okay. So. And then I can just select one of you bad boys. Bad boys! None. So, where you're going,
We don't need roads.
there are no roads, sadly.
Sorry.
And then, what? It will be roughly 4.5 days of travel to get there. Oh yeah. You're not just going to the next cluster over.
So
yes.
that's 4.5 days of written LP.
Essentially, yeah. Because even with 16-hour travel days, it still takes a while.
Does
So, out of character, right?
Yep.
You are sort of, if we're using video game playstyles as a reference for this next one of what to expect, we're looking sort of at like Resident Evil / Dead Space.
Nice.
You're gonna have puzzles. It's gonna be cramp. But luckily, I had to use your biggest member as reference of what is cramped.
Perfect. I Toby, it's okay if sometimes he's gotta be keeping his head down.
Yeah, the map is still pseudo incomplete. Like, I still have all the walls and whatnot, but the background image will get updated a few times because I like populating rooms instead of leaving blank shapes.
Okay.
Yeah. What are we looking at here? Token vision. Right. And specifically, again, your location is magically not there while there is sunlight. Therefore, your mission time is primarily in the dark hours.
Oh yeah. I shall also cast light.
Just in case.
And to that end, I'm gonna make sure that McStargrub on this thing has his armature active, because that will also make Stargrub a source of light. because his armature just comes with dim light.
Actually, can I even change the color of the light?
Oh, nice. You got animations now. Raise your
Oh
shield.
yeah. Oh yeah.
Or just got a
So,
budget increase.
I'm just. But that also means Stargrub, while your armature is active, more or less, when you're capable of combat, you're incapable of hiding.
All right. Oh, if I'm in combat, then I don't need to hide.
True.
It's murder.
But yeah, you can sort of zoom out where you are and see, hey, big map.
This is fucking massive. It's
Um,
fucking
Oh
huge.
god. This is a big library. Or laboratory.
This is just the
Library.
ground floor. Oh my god, it's
you
big.
know, so
Have you ever been in a library?
here's what I will. After your 4 days of travel, which I'm just gonna let me see. It's technically 4.5. If you would have left around noon-ish or early morning-ish, that would be 1, 2, 3, 4, and then let's put it to. Oh god, I didn't set a proper dusk time. So hour, let's go back about there. But yeah. So dark robe. I'm just gonna drag your armature down into your stuff. That way it's just there. That way you always have it for reference. But you would get to this island. As for the cluster name, let me see. I placed a spooky ass lab in it. The oh damn, that's tragic, Maggie. I'm sorry.
I didn't see what happened.
Oh, he's stuck at 99% on the map.
Oh no.
Also,
The most annoying curse.
Really is.
no, you guys would arrive, and for the time being, until I get a proper name, this is the 9th cluster of the Traveler Ring. And as for where the clusters are, think of it as sort of like a clock type mapping, where the highest numbered cluster would be at the 12, and then you go to 1, then 2, so on and so forth.
Okay.
And with the Travelers cluster, there's 10. So 10 would be at like the normal 12 o'clock, but in this case it's 10 o'clock. And this would be the 9th. Right. So, you arrive, your contact, simply because I am lazy, is Mr. Ishimura.
Okay.
But the paper would tell you he's staying at like a the lab would be on the outskirts of a village that's sort of nestled in a little valley. He's staying in the village itself. And yeah, no, this is one of the guys that's worth having a constant NPC entry for. So eeny, meeny, miny. One or two guys.
Oop.
To be or not to be?
Did someone pick?
Fuck.
Was
Uh,
it?
All
Oh.
right. I'm seeing a 1 was rolled, and so real quick, just so you have a visual reference, I'll put this in the campaign VC, and I'll get a thing whipped up real quick. But yeah, Mr. Ishimura, he seems his back isn't terrible for his age. But it could be better.
Me.
Terrible. But yeah, despite being a rather old human, even with saggy skin, he's still capable of standing up straight.
His glasses are melting a bit though.
Yeah,
But he's great, very cool.
yeah, here. But yes, you meet him at a local inn. And, you all walk in. He doesn't know who you guys are because, well, he's just expecting random uh random adventurers. It doesn't necessarily mean it's going to be you guys. Who makes the first approach?
Probably Jewel.
All right.
Go ahead.
So Jewel, you approach, and he looks at you. It's like, "Hello, miss. What can I do for you?"
I think it's more about what we can do for you.
Oh, you're with the guild?
Yes. Yes, we are.
Ah, fantastic. So you have at least is the big fellow built like he eats bodybuilders with you?
Yes.
Fantastic. You should be able to get through the front door then. Otherwise, I was gonna offer you some climbing kits, and you could try and get in from the roof.
I swear, my primary purpose in this group is open a door. How
I mean-
many times have I had to open doors for us?
I think you opened like 4 last session.
Yeah, I did. And then there was the other one before that. Now there's this one. All I do is open doors for you guys.
I mean,
your job
come
isn't
on.
holding the door.
No. You,
Cool.
good sir,
Crowbar.
and he's pointing at Artis. Look at it this way. Your very presence opens doors for people. Do you know how many people wish they could do that?
Your presence is the present.
Wow.
You bring
that,
opportunity.
Yeah. Woof. Okay. So payment?
Payment. Payment. Would you happen to have a craftsman in your party? And he pulls out a very interesting looking book with lots of tabs sticking out. I happen to know a thing or two about alchemy and how to more efficiently make things. Decrease cost, increase potency. Well, this is just one of the things, plus all the money at the guild. Oh, and within the lab is also a ship core that is yours for the taking, should you get to it.
What kind?
It's a dual nature. Its magical affinity still needs finalized, but it's magic and alchemical. So even if you're lacking someone of the appropriate type, if you can feed it alchemical substances, it should still get going.
It doesn't have a tradition yet?
No, if you wish, after you grab it, I have some notes on how to properly tune it to someone, and then it will copy their tradition.
Alright.
But, right, why you're going in. So, I've tried for a few years myself. I can't get into the lab. Or rather, it would be too dangerous for me, myself, and I to get in it. I'm not a strapping young lad like most of you. But, you're actually going to want to make your way to the sub-basements. That's where you'll find my office and my notes. He pulls out a piece of paper which seems to be a combination lock. Well, a combination for a lock, and he also pulls out a key. The key just has like random purple jewel number 3 embedded into it.
Jewel, get off of that key. It is not safe.
Yeah, the place is in lockdown, so while you might be able to temporarily open the front door, it will relock itself behind you. The security measures in place will probably have you looking for various key cards, keys, combinations, so on and so forth. And be wary of the vents.
Explain.
Be wary of the vents. Again, there's a reason why I hired adventurers instead of just an expedition team.
So there's creatures in the vents, or do the vents
Yes. The thing I sent to the guild should have said something about dangerous entities.
Yes, but it didn't specify where or what kind of entities they were. Just they were dangerous. So the entities that we need to be worried about are crawling around inside the vents, is what you're saying.
At least when the lot of us made our escape from that situation years ago, there seemed to be some of them using the vents.
Understood. So these entities, how much can you tell us about them? What all do you know?
At that point, he seems to have an aha moment, and He reaches down to his suitcase, opens it up, and counts you guys out. And pulls out 7 vials. Have some vaccines as well for when you go in.
Vaccines.
Okay.
Yes. Well, the entities may be the result of something viral.
Okay.
Or rather, the result of. But ultimately, they did.
I see.
Okay, but is there anything
Worked
else
out
you can
that
tell
one.
us specifically about these entities? Their sizes, what they might look like, some of their abilities, anything that you are aware
Does the
of.
term flesh warp mean anything to you?
It does.
Alright. And, extrapolating on that, aberrations, and, well, long story short, we were trying to find a way through alchemy and science rather than magic to, overcome mortality.
Reginald will perk up on flesh warp. Oh, I read an interesting article about these creatures. What are we talking about? Are we talking about Sugathis or Drow? Driders, Dreshkins? Mulvintox? Or something perhaps unique?
Bit more unique. Now, the problem is, again, a lot of this stuff sort of, several different experiments were going on, and they sort of collided when they shouldn't have. All I know was, alarm went off. There was a contamination between stuff on the lower levels. Then all hell broke loose. I wasn't in my in my office at the time, so all my research notes are sort of still there. If you can round up the research notes of the other doctors, the reward will increase, but I'll need at least my own.
And on the smallest of chance that we manage to get rid of that creature that is there, what would happen then?
You'll live. Your best bet isn't so much focus on getting rid of the creatures as much as focus on your own behinds, get what you need, and get out.
Okay.
Also, if possible, get out before sunup, because I have no clue where the lab goes when the sun is out. It just disappears.
Okay. Now, what's his fucking name? Hearsay mentioned that if we did get rid of the entities, that there would be a bonus. Can you extrapolate on what that might entail? Do we have to get rid of all of them? Just show proof that we've lowered the population?
So, GM side. Hearsay said if the guild already has what the guild is going to pay, if you're going to get a bonus, you need to discuss that. Not that there will be a bonus. That's something you have to discuss.
Yeah, I thought he was insinuating that they said that if we got rid of them, they would pay out a bonus.
No, we insinuated that.
Okay. Well, then I will say, is there a bonus
There
You know-
isn't. He didn't. He said he doesn't care whether we kill him. The bonus is for finding the other doctor's notes.
Oh, okay.
It's for collecting more
I
than
missed
just
that
his.
part because
That's okay.
my ears suck. All right.
Yeah. But yes. So be wary of the vents. You're gonna want to check around ultimately for the possessions of other workers there to try and get their own personal access cards and whatnot. Access keys. That sort of stuff. You know?
I'm gonna look at the rest of the group. Should we bring the chickens?
But
I feel like you really want to bring these chickens.
why do you have chickens?
Don't worry about it.
Did we go over this? I mean,
sorry.
what would you use them for exactly? You know, it's not like, we're going into this place and, it will attract noise. It will set us off to the location of the whatever experiments are inside there.
Well, I was kind of thinking that we let one loose in the vents and just see what happens.
Why? I mean, what happens is we lose a chicken.
Okay.
Or worse. However,
You guys seem rather protective of these chickens.
I mean, I don't want to kill living creatures for no reason. By this point, you're just killing them to prove that there are horrifying monsters in the building that we know there are horrifying monsters in. To be honest, guys, do we really want to return these notes to this guy so that he can do all of this again? Like, if we were tasked with killing this guy, we would do it.
He's standing right there.
Well, not with him right there.
I'm just pointing out you're asking this question and he's standing right there.
I assumed we had moved. I figured we wouldn't be discussing throwing chickens into the vents with him adjacent.
No, she asked that outright. Yeah.
All right, never mind then.
And R wonders why everybody's scared of him.
You guys are worried about the chickens.
I feel inclined to continue with this conversation. But
Mr. Ishimura, would you mind if we took a quick aside, very, very quickly, very briefly, and we just like
A brief
in
aside.
the corner?
Yeah.
And Art is.
I
just
mean,
loose.
he just already gave you the stuff you need. Like,
Yeah, I
if you
figured he was
don't
done with
have
this.
any other questions for me, you're free to go. Just you can. There's an old path heading up to the grounds. I'll be here. And he just sort of turns back to the bar. He seems to have some form of meal that he was working on before y'all arrived.
Okay. Well, to answer your question, Artis,
Yeah.
we kind of in order to get our token, we have to give them back the notes.
Yeah.
And remember, if we fail to complete the mission, we take a penalty within the guild,
Right.
which is definitely not optimal. And also remember, if this was on the lower spectrum of we don't want to give him back the notes type stuff, I do not believe that the guild would have accepted the mission, because I trust that they would do at least a bare minimum of research into the mission themselves.
No, the guild doesn't break the law. There's a very big difference between breaking the law and breaking ethics. Clearly, if these fuckers did this, he'd point to the lab. I mean, he admitted to us flat out, and remember, the guild was not entitled to that information. He admitted directly to us that what happened in there was they mutilated people in an attempt to figure out how to create immortality. I don't want to promote that. And yes, we would get a slap on the wrist from the guild. But I don't really care. I would rather not further this lunatic's means. He's a dying old man. He'll do whatever he needs to. And as we can see, give as many people their deaths as necessary. If the group decides to carry on with this, fine. But I think that very clearly this is an unethical participation for us to be doing.
But look at this from this side. Sure, if we don't get the notes, we get a punishment. He won't get the notes. But if we don't just get the notes, you will have to do it all again. So everything that happened here would be for nothing. If we get those notes, we at least could either go to the guild and prove that this is a bad guy, so we would still complete the quest, and that guy would get the punishment he deserves. Or it turns out that the notes aren't that bad, and the people that they were experimenting on were also either really bad guys or just willing to do that.
They may have even volunteered for it, but I do agree that whether we get him the notes or not will not change the fact that he is going to continue this experiment. So perhaps the notes could allow him to continue the experiment in a more humane fashion than what they currently were. He did say that the reason for these entities was because of an accident, not because of something they were actually aiming for.
You'd also say in the worst case scenario too, even if you were not to take this job, who's to say somebody else would just come along and do the whatever this man needs them to do?
Hearsay did say that the mission will be completed either by us or another group.
So,
Reggie, what do you think?
I went to get tea. I was going to write this out, and I missed something important. Did they say they were mutilating people to research immortality? That's key. For my notes.
Yeah.
Oh,
well, they didn't say mutilating people to research immortality. They did not specify the nature of what happened. He did say that the goal of this was to create an artificial alchemical immortality, and that an accident happened, and now all of these people have been turned into flesh warps.
Oh,
yes, but
okay. Well, that could be like the researchers down there. That doesn't mean like they were.
Rude.
Well, we don't know. We don't know.
Yeah.
I believe that we should perhaps, perhaps the safest place for these notes, this research, is in our hands. We could read it once we discover it and decide then what to do.
I agree.
I'm willing to do that.
I agree.
But if the guy's fucked up, if it turns out that that's the case,
And you can eat them.
What's that?
You can eat them.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'd rather put a horn in him than take his money.
Well,
so I'm just making that clear.
let's look at it. Let's look at it from this angle. Our goal is to get the mission completion token. Once we have procured the token and the mission is completed, we could issue ourselves a personal mission. As long as we do it within the law.
Well,
if you catch my drift.
Yes. Very well.
I'm not saying we're going to kill him. I'm saying if we discover the notes are less than humane, we bring them back. We, of course, make copies to give over to the guild. We get our mission of token completions, and then we immediately take him into custody and bring him and the notes back to the guild and the authorities.
Yeah, or we kill him.
You could also,
I don't think
DM
killing him is going to
speaking,
be necessary.
if you want to do it within the confines of the guild's rules, you can also put a bounty out on him for his alive capture for crimes against society, mortality, humanity, so on and so forth.
We'll put our own bounty out on him, and then we'll catch our own
Claim-
bounty.
Yeah,
Do it all in one fell
because
swoop.
if you put the bounty out with the proof, you have a paper trail to protect yourself.
But
Yeah,
they
that works.
tie him up in like a little storage area. Then we go and we put the bounty out. Then we wait 2 days, and then we bring him in.
Yeah, perfect.
You guys ever see those like meme posts where it's like 1 like and I'll do it, and just liking yourself?
And you
So
like your post.
Like say no more.
But, just so you guys at least see what you're dealing with, I'm gonna go ahead and
We're inside now.
I need to like roll 20 times to open the doors in our wonderful game of Door Simulator.
Before we leave the tavern, is there any chance I could roll like a society, just for like some quick hobnobbing with the locals, and try and learn if anyone's like been disappearing from the town under mysterious circumstances?
I do believe there's a gather information, and hobnobbing allows you to use society for that. Yes, no,
I don't know, I just use the words hobnobbing. Is that like a thing? Hobnobbing?
Hobnobber
I
It
think
is an
that's the
actual
name of
thing,
the
but-
feat.
is a skill feat. Yeah.
Oh, that's great. That's
But
classic
under
Pathfinder.
diplomacy, there is
That's
gather information. I do not know what society.
It may not be
So
society.
hobnobber is a diplomacy, and it makes gather information take half as long.
Oh,
But yeah, if you click on the hand, you should find gather information under diplomacy,
Yes.
and you can roll that. It
That-
should automatically set to whether or not it's private.
Oh, before you roll, I would like to point out that this is one of Jules' fortes.
Jewel can also gather information.
Yes,
this is
one
a
of
thing
the
in which each of you can do individually.
Yeah, I'm just letting. Okay,
Yeah.
gonna say if we're trying to discuss it as a group, Jewel is probably the go-to because that's one of her expertises. That she can either be diplomatic or very fucking scary. That's her two modes.
Yeah. As for diplomacy, yeah.
So
Yeah, each of you can gather information individually if you want, and we can pool it all together.
all right.
And more or less, I'll just tally up number of successes.
Okay.
Is
there any? I know it's like a
Any-
shot at dark. Is there like any like occult guilds? Cults within the town?
I mean, if you're trying to gather some trying to recollect some occult stuff,
I've seen
But-
some symbols or something.
yeah, stars are out. Read the stars, Starboy.
Read the stars.
I'm gonna consult the nearest
Let me read the stars.
very similar, the nearest like religious group, like, you know, whatever local clerics or anything they might have nearby, and see if they know anything
I think
about
I
it.
have something for that.
All right, so
Wisdom.
both of you, well, each of you will give me your relating check. So for Stargrub, you're trying to read the stars. That will be occult. Artist, you're looking for like a local church, so you'll give me a religion check.
Perfect. That's exactly what I needed. Blind?
Let's just do it public for now.
Oh, better
And
than it could have been.
Oh shit.
Even
Uh,
if it's
I
not
can
good.
just reveal that for you. Because that wasn't supposed to be a recall knowledge, you're just consulting
Oh, okay.
the stars.
Oh, consulting. What? Sorry, just a regular occult check.
I unprivated it for you. Don't worry.
Actually, oh, there it is. Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
nice.
I had to scroll down. Oh,
yeah.
dang, buddy, you
Where
consulted
the-
those stars.
It's like a 19.
Mastery,
19? Oh, 20?
different.
Oh, I was a nat 20.
Yours was?
Yeah.
No, it wasn't.
No,
No, it's
that
an
was
11.
11.
Oh,
You rolled an 11. You just have a crazy high modifier.
oh, my recall.
He
Oh, yeah,
has a feat from Star Knight that allows him to use his wisdom for his occult checks.
Oh, perfect. That's cool.
And he also has the pendant of the occult, which gives him another +1.
King reads the stars.
And you saw that I did the gather information.
Mhm.
It does it blind automatically, so.
Yeah, because gather information is a secret check. Because you don't know what you gathered, or rather the validity of it. That being said, okay, so Reginald, good sir, Watson has a fan club here now, and instead they all ask lots of questions about Watson.
Okay.
That
I'm trying to
tracks.
be like, please, has anyone been disappearing from the town recently? Oh, look at the bird! Look at the bird! Look at the beautiful. Look at the beautiful bird! Look at the beautiful bird! You know, all of that stuff.
Jewel, you've learned that there have been interesting sounds coming from that abandoned lab, and occasionally, like some nights, the lights will come on in certain rooms, and they'll see not quite human shapes moving around in there.
Uh-huh.
Like it's just off from humanoid. Like there's something wrong, but no one's really brave enough to get close to that place. There's also apparently been one group of kids that was brave enough to get close, but they got so terrified with what they heard, what they witnessed, that they haven't gone back towards the place again. There's also like notes of like, hey, during the night there seems to be like certain spots in the ground nearby that almost like ventilation tubes, pipes, too small for anything to actually get in, but big enough for sound to get out. And there's been sounds of like more or less monsters and occasionally like crying or screaming coming out. Artis, you managed to find the local church. It seems to be dedicated to. Excuse me as I reference my deities real quick. Well,
Ed?
the deity list.
Mm.
Building deities. It seems to be specifically a shrine to Desna of all people.
I'm in.
And you know, they well, you find the place. What are you gonna ask them, if anything?
Primarily, he would focus on asking about if there's anything they know about the spooky lab.
The head priest there. He seems to think there's some form of curse over the place that sort of seals it off during the day. And because of that, not much is known. But one time, he and a few of the other clergy there went, checked it out, and he believes there's some form of artifact beneath the place. But again, it's only there when the lab is there.
Right. Perfect. Oh, thank him for his time.
Right. And Stargrub, you're consulting the stars, right?
Yep.
You rolled pretty well. So here's what I'm gonna give you, right? Right. Like, you're consulting the stars and all that, and you're not getting anything real specific because, it's the stars and you're just a little grub.
Mhm.
But
Oh.
you feel a sense of omens.
All right.
Feel things coming to me, boys.
But Ashton,
Yes.
were you following anybody, or were you just waiting on your party to get done with their stuff?
I was waiting for the party to do their stuff because I was essentially waiting at the lab, seeing if anyone else would go around it. So
Okay.
checking if no other intruders or no wizard people will be there. Essentially,
Very nice.
the tree will act as a guard tree.
What time is it actually? I realized. What time did we arrive?
It would be like just before sundown, but with all y'all asking around, going to see that guy,
Yeah.
it would be like 6 p.m. ish.
Okay, that's fine. Just making sure we didn't eat too much of our night.
Yeah. Simply put, actually, I need to make sure I've properly set up like the times of day within this so I can reference it. Because, the day is pretty consistent in this world. It's just where you are in reference to, summer, winter, determines on how much sunlight gets to you during the beginning and end of the day. Time
Okay.
setting, hours in the day, 24.
Now the worst question remains: what will happen to us if we are still in the lab?
Yeah,
I'll be right
daytime?
back. I gotta run to the bathroom.
it's concerning.
Yep. That's a thing in which there's
We'll
no
have to
real
see.
information for.
Yeah.
Who the fuck is the time of day settings? God damn it. Oh. Missions.
At least it won't be like the House of Horror in Curse of Strahd, that it resets every single day.
Hopefully.
But yeah. Also, fun fact that I'm remembering looking at my calendar stuff. the calendar year is based off of the Traveler Ring because it is, the middle ring. And each year there are no leap years, it's 360 days, and each month is exactly 30 days. Why? Because I sorta uncurved the calendar. Yeah, icon, none. Should I do a normal, yeah, I'm gonna do, 12 hours light, 12 hours dark. So, sunrise, or rather, when the sun ignites each day, is 6 a.m., and the sun goes out at 6 p.m. Or something like that. Or actually, let's do 5:30 for sunup, and 7:30 for sundown. Something like that. Okay. So, actually, am I satisfied with that? Excuse me as my indecision sets in once again.
Okay.
It's a deadly poison.
You're pretty, anyway.
Oh. Alright, so you're 30 minutes from sundown. And when the thing will appear. Given that we're at 11:45 my time and all that, do we want to sort of call a session here and start your dungeon crawl next session?
That really depends on the working people.
Yeah.
Ken?
Yeah, I don't want to get into middle combat, or I don't want to have to leave in the middle of combat.
So, yeah.
Oh, if
In
you guys
that
want to go.
case, we'll start this up next time. That way, because if you were to go in and hit combat in the next half hour, that'd more or less be bad.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Alrighty.
I
Well,
don't think we'll find combat. What do you mean?
yeah.
So- When we meet back up, Artis is gonna tell Starbug, hey, you should check out the local Desna sect.
Gotcha.
You're gonna love them.
Yeah.
Sounds good to me.
Also, another thing I'm gonna work on besides finishing up, what is it? This level, second level, roof, and the basement levels. I have some map stuff to finish up here, but I'm also gonna start trying to craft my world's pantheon. The Pathfinder gods will still be available, but they'll be more or less considered outsider gods, so gods from different places. Because plane mirror travel still exists. I like that concept too much. Just like I enjoy multiverse and time travel a bit too much at times.
A classic.
But yeah, I'm just trying to decide which of my two formulas I want to go with. Whether it's a world background lore, right? The Skyworld is technically part of a cycle of the four elements. So think Avatar style reincarnation, but instead of an individual, it's a world. That
Beat me the
can't-
fuck out of Fire World.
Yeah.
Continue.
But the step before Skyworld was Waterworld, which was a lot more one piecey. Waterworld
Honestly,
had 12 gods. And I'm wondering if I should reincarnate those gods for this world.
Maybe.
And huh?
maybe.
Or if I should go with my idea of basing the gods off of the major arcana of tarot cards.
That will be a lot of gods. I mean, sorry, Major Arcana is still okay. If you also include Minor Arcana, well, you're fucked.
Minor arcana would end up being like demigods / other non-full deity beings that are still technically deific, but not full deities. But yeah, and then of course there would be other gods in quotations, in which would be like default Pathfinder gods, like Grandmother Spider, Desna, that sort of stuff. The Cosmos technically falls under Great Old Ones. Stargrub is the equivalent of an eldritch cultist,
I'm unsurprised.
essentially.
You're not surprised.
Yeah.
Yeah, long story short, from the outside, when approaching this place, you'd see there are 2 levels of above ground. Each level seems to have like 15 to 20 foot clearance, somewhere between there, in there. So height-wise, Artis isn't hurting, it's just some of the rooms may be width and length-wise a bit cramped for him.
Okay.
And like again, I've placed your tokens on the inside, so you know, dragging them all forward a little, you can sort of see, hey, long hallways. Because I tried modeling it off of actual labs and hospitals a little, but mix things up to keep it gamey.
Did you make the map yourself, like Dungeon Draft?
Yes.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
That's also why, like, I prioritize getting the walls and doors down, because once I have those, I can just keep adding objects and updating the background image. You know?
Are you adding stuff as like what they called? No, in Foundry, the second thing that you can see as a GM on the left.
Tiles?
Underneath measurement tiles. Is
Um,
everything tiles?
no. So I have the actual dungeon draft still open, so I'm adding stuff via that.
Oh, and you changed the map picture. Awesome.
Yes. But yeah, yeah. So again, reference-wise, this dungeon pulling from Resident Evil and Dead Space for story and mechanic beat type of stuff.
At
Yeah,
least it's skill.
Yeah, this will be where we're calling session. It was a setup session, essentially.
Yeah.
Finishing off the level ups, letting you do your shopping and stuff, getting you your loot, and making sure you're all, like, beefy enough for the tenderizing I'm going to be doing.
Perfect. All right. Yeah.
Alrighty.
Mr. Duskwalker, do you get any special senses towards stuff?
I don't believe I took anything. I have.
Uh,
I have special punches towards stuff right now, but I do
Ooh,
not.
you do get an interesting line in the flavor, though. Neither your body nor your spirit can ever become undead.
Correct.
Interesting. Very interesting.
I think one of the feats is great. No, Gravesight is Dark Vision. I'm looking for Life Sense.
Alright. But yeah. Um interrupt. But yeah. Fun things. Fun things indeed. But yeah. If you guys need anything, I'll be around, probably working on my map and other stuff. Yeah. Thank y'all for your time.
You.
Appreciate it.
Oh, request slash
Thank you.
suggestion or whatever.
Yes.
Kind of what I was mentioning before. Like, I know it can be fun to do sometimes, but I personally am not a big fan of like shopping and stuff during sessions. So
Right.
obviously, other people, it's fine if this isn't what gets decided. But the way I do it is when I'm a GM, leveling up and shopping and loot stuff. That just happens during the week. Just way easier. We can do very calmly,
Alright.
as the week goes by. Well, obviously, if you don't want to do that.
No,
It
and
just
I
means
hate
more
you.
game time.
No, but I agree. I agree.
Yeah.
I gotcha.
Yeah. Okay. I will keep that in mind for next time. It's just the end of last session, like
Yeah.
I hadn't
I think-
gotten the loot stuff all together yet, so it
Oh,
was a
yeah.
little hard.
Yeah.
All
Absolutely.
good. Thank you very much. And
Thank you.
goodbye,
Appreciate it.
everybody. Bye-bye.
See you,
Have a
gang.
good one.
I'm gonna head out.
Peace.
Bye,
Later,
guys.
guys.
See you soon. Bye.
Suddenly overheating, and I don't know why. I don't like it.